You do want to enjoy responsibly this New Year's Eve. Plan your evening, get an Uber or a non-drinking friend to drive you if you really wanted, toast to 2022. And you know what? It would be good if you could set some New Year's resolutions when it comes to driving. That's what AAA's Elizabeth Carey says, and she has more on that right now. Take a look. Elizabeth, how excited are you for the ball drop this Friday?
Yeah, so we're extremely excited here at AAA. We know there's a pent-up demand just by travel bookings, but people want to get together with their friends and their family. They want to be together again. They want to celebrate things like the New Year.
Oh, that's so amazing. All right, so bit of housekeeping. It is a sort of dangerous time to be on the roads, New Year's Eve and over the holiday period. What kinds of things do you think people need to consider when they're coming to enjoy an event like the ball drop?
Yeah, unfortunately, the holiday should be a very special time, but sometimes, bad mistakes can lead to tragedies, and one of those is if you don't plan ahead. So if you're going to a party, if you're coming to the ball drop, you're going to be drinking, and nowadays it's more than just alcohol. It could be marijuana, it could be prescription drugs. You cannot drive impaired, so you really need to plan ahead, and that's why we're telling everyone to celebrate responsibly, get a designated driver, plan to stay overnight, spend the night, whatever it takes to make sure that you're not on the road to put others at risk.
So what are you planning to do for the ball drop? What would you say are some good ball drop tips for people who are ready to enjoy the night?
Well, if you haven't been downtown for the ball drop, it's so exciting and exhilarating to be down there in person, to have the 97 Rock crew and, of course, Channel 7 there, and everyone's so excited, and to actually see the ball drop in person. It's cold, but you don't even feel it because you're so excited about the new year. But, of course, a lot of people also planning house parties as well. If you can walk to a party in your neighborhood, that's, of course, ideal. If you're driving, of course, we remind everyone to take Uber or use that ride sharing.
So let's take a look at some New Year's resolutions for being on the road in 2022. What do you hope people can consider so they can stay safe on the roads in the new year?
Well, number one would be to put that phone down. It's an incredible New Year's resolution to say, you know what, I'm going to drive distraction-free. Even throughout the pandemic, when people were driving less, we still saw crashes increase because they were so distracted with the phones and the masks and everything else, and everything's so immediate these days. You really need to separate the phone and the driving. So if you're going to get behind the wheel, commit to yourself, you're going to be a safe driver, put that phone down, show your kids that you're a good role model and you're not going to drive with that phone in your hand.
Okay, that is a really good tip. And then anything else for the new year, some good things to consider when we are driving?
Well, one thing, we want to protect our roadside workers and state police and police officers, garbage men, everybody else that works on the side of the road. So just remember, if you see a roadside worker, the law says you have to slow down, and if it's safe, move over. We don't want to see people getting struck doing their job on the side of the road. So if we can start out the year by protecting people and keeping everyone safe, it'll be a great year.
Now, I actually heard a really disturbing statistic that actually crashes have gone up throughout the pandemic, and they are blaming it on people being a little more reckless. This whole idea that just standing in the street can be dangerous with a virus floating around has maybe they're thinking that could be. What are you finding with traffic accidents going up?
Well, what we're seeing is even adjusting of snow, earlier in December, crashes galore. People aren't paying attention to the road in front of them. They might be looking at their phone, the car in front of them comes to a screeching halt, and they're rear-ending the car in front of them. So avoiding those distractions and paying attention to the road. We have to realize there's a task that comes with driving, and it's your responsibility to drive safely. And people can't be making videos and answering emails and sending texts and Snapchat and TikTok and everything else while they're driving. Save that for when you're safely parked. Some great tips there, and our 7 New Year's Eve celebration is happening tomorrow night, 11 p.m. on 7 ABC, presented by Roswell Park. It is going to be so much fun.